This video is going to be a summary of all of the new feature updates that we've implemented into Giig in Q1 of 2025. I wanted to put this video together for a couple of reasons. I don't know if anyone will really be that interested, to be brutally honest, but I think for me, it's partly tracking the journey so that we can look back and say, okay, this is everything that we added to the Giig platform in Q1. And secondly, is to showcase to people that even though we are where we are today, we are continually looking at improving what we're doing, and we're focusing on how can we get better every single quarter. So for anybody that's like considering using Giig or is currently using Giig today, this video is to show you actually this is what we've put in Q1. I can tell you a little bit about what we're going to go and do in Q2. So yeah, to just remind you that we are going to continually keep evolving this platform, hopefully pushing it in the right direction so that every quarter the product that you're paying for, or even if you're on the free version, the product that you're using for free is going to keep improving. I've written a blog which I will attach to this video. I've not finished it yet, but I'll finish it and I'll attach it to this video, and I'll call it something along the lines of this is everything we built in Q1, right? And in there, if you want to see, I'm not going to go through absolutely everything because there's so many little bug fixes we've done. There's so many little tiny features we've done, and I'd be here all day if we were going through it one by one, and the video would be even more boring than potentially it's already going to be. So if you want to read through that, there'll be a link and you can go and check it out. But the main highlights, I would say, of features we pushed in the first 3 months of this year were tasks and reminders, the ability to track what we're calling bookings. We implemented a new global search, and I'll kind of explain what that means. And we also gave you the ability to add a customized email signature to the platform so that any emails that you send from Giig, the email signature matches that of what you would have in your Outlook if you were sending them direct from Outlook. To go from the top, the first one is tasks and reminders. Very simply, we've put into the workflow the ability for you to say, hey, remind me to follow up with this person in X number of days. You can customize that, so you can customize the date, you can customize the reminder, but quite simply now on your dashboard you have a new table with all of your tasks and reminders, and you have a tasks and reminders screen you can go to be like, okay, this is all my upcoming shit that I need to deal with. That is a super simple feature that most people would say, I can't believe you launched and you didn't have that, which is crazy sometimes when you think about it. But for me, it's worth shouting about because our focus is helping small businesses, right? Solo founders, small businesses, small recruitment agencies. You're moving at a million miles an hour. It's so easy, I do it myself, to forget what I said I was going to do yesterday. So this is a way for you to just go, oh yeah, I want a reminder, ping me to let me know to follow up with this dude. Because especially if it's like 3 months or 6 months time, you're definitely not going to remember that. So that was feature number one, probably one of the most used features that we pushed in Q1 of this year. So the second one is the bookings workflow. When we launched the free product, coming up to like, well, it must be over 2 years ago now, we launched the free recruitment CRM. It was all built around perm, mainly because I was a perm recruiter when I was recruiting myself. So I think we've naturally gone down that route. And as we're growing, we're attracting more and more contract or temp recruiters that are coming to the system saying, hey, can you help us manage things from a temp and perm perspective, quite naturally. So we've implemented what we call bookings, which admittedly does need some more work. Like, we're going to continually develop this in Q2 because it's not finished. But in its simplest form, what it allows you to do is track a booking for somebody that's doing like a shift work. So that might be a supply teacher at a school that's going in for a day. You can be like, cool, this is the booking, this is the costs. So you get an overview of what it is that you're going to earn from that booking. And it's a much quicker and easier way than down the perm route of adding a job, adding a candidate, taking it through the interview process. You can literally go, I want to stick this candidate on a booking with this client. These are all the numbers. Bang, there we go. The global search. Okay, so the global search is the third one. And I think this is, again, it's one of those features that you go, can't believe you launched and you didn't have it. But I think it's a huge time saver for the system. So we have a quick search function at the top of the platform where what it used to do is you'd be on the dashboard, you'd type in a name of a candidate, for example, and nothing would happen. And people would come to us and be like, that search bar is broken. No, it doesn't work. It wasn't broken because what it was built to do was filter the page that it was on. So to get it to work, you first had to click the candidate database, put in the name of the candidate you're looking for, and then once you put the name in, it will filter the database and say, here's your candidate. But naturally, people weren't doing that, and I get it. But people were on the dashboard typing in stuff, nothing was happening, it's broken. So we now changed that. Whatever screen you're on, you can start typing in the top bar what you're looking for, whether that be a candidate, contact, a job, or a company. So any of those four, and the system will just start searching the database for anything that it thinks matches and deliver it to you. And from there, you've got these quick actions where you can send the candidate to a job, set a task for that person, fire off an email, whatever it'll be. So again, even though it's such a basic feature, I think it really moves us forward in terms of like the usability of the platform, because now all of a sudden you can just go, I'm going to quickly search for this person, I need to set a task, cool, move on. The other thing is we have a mobile version, and in the mobile version, this feature is really useful because you can now whack your phone out and you can go onto the mobile version and be like, oh, I need to search for Bob Smith. And then Bob Smith comes up and you click the email button and then you can email Bob Smith. So it's like, cool, that is way, way quicker than being like, oh, I need to go to contacts, search for Bob Smith, open his card, click email, right? You get the point. So that's feature number 3. And feature number 4 is customizable email signature. Again, we have email functionality within the platform. So Giig can integrate with Office 365 and Gmail. It will track any email communication that you send or is received by any of the candidates or contacts you've got in the database. It will track all of that for you. And then we have some functionality like email templates and bulk email, where you can fire off emails direct from the system, whether that be if you're NPCing a candidate or you've got a new job, you fire it off to a list of people basically. And when we built this out, we built an email signature generator with a little template in it so that you could create an email signature with your company logo and all of its pieces. And ultimately, people thought it was shit. Actually, that might be a bit strong. People wanted their own design. They basically wanted it to align, which again makes sense, right? Like they had their own email signature in Outlook or wherever it is. And they were like, I want it for consistency. I want the one in Giig to match up with the one in my Outlook. Cool. So we've built the capability for you to add a custom email signature where you turn your original email signature into HTML format, you paste that into the platform, and bang, you're good to go. And then what that means is that any emails that you send from Giig are going to have an identical email signature to the one that you are sending via Outlook. Like I say, there is loads more, because like I say, we've done 3 things in the last 3 months. It feels a little bit bare. 4 things, but there is loads more if you want to go and read that blog. Alternatively, if you want to watch the videos for any of those features that I've just mentioned, I have made an individual video with demo to all of those. I will put the links in the YouTube, so that on the YouTube video there's the links to those other feature videos that you can go and check them out, but it should all be there. And I'll do another one. I'm going to try and commit to doing this because I think it holds us accountable for Q2. I mean, we're now in May pretty much, so in 2 months time I'll be back again with another update of all the features that we've added to the platform.